Here I come again. This is very strange and weird, but you know what? I'm gonna keep going because last time I recorded the video, it was fun, and I've been wanting to do this for 3 months again. And just now found some time and trying to set up and get the kids to get out of my way for a little bit to do this finally. And I got all my stuff over here. This is a bit strange. I'm not used to it. I am doing this because I wanted to be a part of something that I am absolutely obsessed and in love with. I've never met anybody who loves knitting in real life, in person, and doing crafts as much as I do. They all like to buy supplies, but not too much with it. That's okay, you know, we all have our things that we like to do, but I've been watching lots of podcasts, knitting podcasts, and, you know, include crocheting and sewing, which I love doing all those things. And I'm like, I love this. I love the community. I love how friendly everybody is. I love watching other people's work and getting inspired myself, and enjoying seeing objects that people make, especially throughout Christmas, before Christmas. And I've made a lot of things since last time I recorded, and I have everything right here around me. You can see all this stuff over here. I'm like, what is this mess all around for? This is all my stuff that I'm going to show you today. There's a lot, so I'm going to be quick because it's been 3 months since I recorded, and I made a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to show you guys everything because that's way too much. I think I made 6 maybe or 7 sweaters since then, and lots of socks and other things. So this one right here that I'm wearing, I made a couple months ago. Maybe, hold on, no, I finished it in December. Yes, I finished it I wore it on December 1st because it was my husband's birthday, and I wore it on his birthday instead of making something for him and giving him something. I made this a day before his birthday and wore it. So, but this one was made on my knitting machine, and it's a fingering weight yarn from Hobby Lobby, hand painted. That's what they call it, I think. So it's merino wool with polyamide, I think, and it's superwash. So, but the pattern I used was, let me get up. So the pattern is from Pearl Soho. Let me see. I'm gonna they're doing a knit along on this pattern right now. Either knit along, and then they're giving out prizes, and you can join on there. So they're tempting, and I want to make another one, but hand knit it next time. And I think I have yarn already. I have light blue yarn that I want to make it with, so I'm definitely going to make another one. This is a free pattern. It is free pattern. It's called Lightweight Raglan Pullover on Pearl Soho website, and I have different sizes on there. So it goes up to starting from size 32 to 64, which is a really good range of sizes. I made the second size, which is 36, because I was knitting it on my knitting machine and the gauge is smaller on it. But I followed the pattern. I cast on the stitches that I needed to cast on, plus extra 2, because I have to seam it. You knit it flat. You can knit it in the round on a knitting machine, but I knitted it flat because it's going to be easier and faster. And I like these details that you have right here. It's a little pickup hem, and then, I mean, the pattern's free. It is so nice and easy and simple. So you start from the one thing that I don't want to knit by hand because you gotta start from top. And because I'm like, I can make this on my knitting machine, and you know, because I wanted this pullover, and it was gonna take me long to make it because I don't like. It takes me longer to knit something from bottom up, because then you got to do sleeves and all that. So it just takes me faster, makes me I knit faster from top to bottom. I'm sorry, I'm babbling. So, and it has a short row on the bottom, and you start up here, and then you knit up, then you knit the sleeves, and then you pick everything up, and then you decrease for the raglan, which was nice, but I think I should have decreased a little bit more to make the neck a little bit longer, because it's a bit, you know, wide neck, but I like it. It'll be nice for a spring, fall weather, and I like this yarn a lot. All right, well, let's just move on. You can look it up and find this pattern for free, and I'll try to link it in there somewhere, so that way it'll be easier for you to find it. Let me see if I can do that. So this is one that I made in December. I finished, okay, no, my husband's birthday is December 1st, so I finished it the last day of November, and I wore it on his birthday. So let's see, what am I'm gonna show you this next, because this is sort of Christmas related, but I didn't finish it on Christmas. I finished it this year, so I don't know if any of you recognize this. His name is Hocus Pocus. This is Hocus Pocus from I have the book. Yep, I kept it here. Frosty the Snowman. I have bought this little box from Barnes and Nobles. It was a kit, so it had things that came with the book. It had yarn, it had a hook, it had little eyes and everything. So I bought a kit to make things out of this book. It's from Barnes and Nobles. I bought it last year in July. I bought it last year in July. So, and then I finally made him. He is not my favorite looking toy that I made. He is not the best looking toy that I made. My daughter loves him. That's all that matters. It's kind of ugly, if I say so myself. The feet aren't even the same size. And then she wanted me to put a little button as the tail on there, so I did it for her. So here he is. All right, let's put you over here. And then I showed these socks on the podcast, the last podcast that I made. I was making them. So I'm gonna show you, because they're different than, you know, all the other socks that I made, and that's why I'm gonna show these on here. I've been wearing them a lot because these are my favorite. They're 2x2 ribbed socks. So the leg, I knitted 100 rounds in the leg, so long, and I like them a lot. I dyed this yarn myself. It's superwash merino wool, of course, for socks, because I wear my socks every day. When it gets, as soon as it starts feeling a little bit cold, I put on a pair of knitted socks, because my feet get cold, and then my legs hurt a lot at night after my feet get cold. But these are just a regular 2x2. I think these are 64 or 60 stitches, I'm not sure. And then I made them on 2.5 millimeter needles, and then I did the regular, my favorite heel. But I'm gonna try some different ones this year. So it's just my pair that I worked on since I mean, I've been wearing them a lot. They've been worn and washed a couple of times already, but these are definitely one of my favorite. I do have a lot of socks that I made. Here's another little crochet project that I finished this year. This is a little toy I made for my cousin's baby. when she had her first boy, I made him a little toy for the baby shower. And then she reached out to me and says, hey, I really like that. Can you make another one and I'll pay you for it? I said, it's just going to be a gift. I have to drop it off to her soon. That way the baby can enjoy it. But this is just a crochet with the wooden ring that I put on there. And the wooden ring is safe for babies. Chew on it, whatever. When I bought it, I make sure it was safe. And it's cotton. A little giraffe. I didn't use no pattern. You could see, I should have turned this around because you could see where the color changes. I'm not very happy with that. So I should have put that in the back because the back looks nicer. Oh well. I'm sure she won't. I don't know. I hope it won't bother her. But there's no pattern. There's no pattern. I just look at the picture. There's a bunch of them on Instagram that I found pictures, and I just look at a picture and make it. You know, I turned out really cute. So that one is. So I believe I did show this project in September when I was working on it. And then it took me some time to finish, but I finally finished it recently. Almost finished it. I didn't put any buttons on it. I did wash it and block it, but there's no buttons on it. So this was just a little cardigan that I was making for my 8-year-old daughter. I think I should have made it a little bit bigger. I do have more yarn. I might make the sleeves a little bit longer. But then, because they're garter stitch, you could stretch them. So this is, I didn't follow the pattern. The yarn is yak or llama. No, it can't be llama. What am I talking about? I shared in another video. I can't remember right now. It's beautiful yarn I had in my stash. So this I used from my stash. It was a stash yarn that I had for a couple of years. I made up the pattern myself because I wanted to make her something cute and girly, but simple. But I put these little cable details in where the in the middle for the, so it goes all around. It's kind of hard to see. Just a 2x2 cable and all garter stitch with I-cord binder for the bottom, for the sleeve. So the I-cord starts on top and it goes all around, and these little loops for the buttons are also I-cords that I made. I made them and then I joined. So this was all knit in one piece, and then I knitted the sleeves, and you know, all I-cord bind off. I gotta cut the extra yarn and put buttons on it. But yep, so here it is. It's a little see-through because of my gauge, but it'll be perfect for spring around Easter time. So here's that one. So that was for her. And then I was making this one. This one took me a couple months because I put it away for a little bit and then I picked it up again. So I bought this yarn to make a half and half triangle wrap, but then I decided to rip it up and make a pullover out of that yarn. So this is a linen quill from Pearl Soho. I kind of made up the pattern by using another numbers from another pattern, so there's no pattern for this. It's just a regular, it's one of my favorites. I've been wearing it a lot around the house because it's not itchy, it's so cozy, it's warm. It's a bit wrinkly up here, but I like this pullover. I might have to redo the ribbing on the bottom because it kind of flares up, and I used the same size needles as I should have went down a size or two to do that. So I might have to rip it up and might have to knit it a little bit longer because I kind of want it to be longer, and just redo the ribbing. But yeah, it's just a regular V-neck, and it's not a deep V-neck because I didn't want it to be too low. but I wanted a V-neck, and yeah, so. Then I'm gonna show you some socks, I guess. These were the ones that I was working on also in the previous video that I made. These were for my 8-year-old daughter with my own hand-dyed yarn that I dyed that I had left over from one of my triangle wraps. So I made her a pair of socks. I cast on 52 stitches with the pink, and just it's a broken rib. Really cute. I like them. So she's been wearing them a lot. She loves hand knitted socks as much as I do. And then I had more yarn. I still have more. I made my 4-year-old daughter some socks. But so these ones were handmade, I think, on 2.5 millimeter needles. But these were made on my knitting machine. I like to experiment, knit things handmade, and then on my knitting machine also. So these were, there's no seam because these were knitting around on my knitting machine with a short row heel. I did the rib, and then you do the ribbing, and then you have to seam it because it's worked flat, and then you can make it going around when you're knitting. You just gotta move stitches. And then I did this kind of toe decreased, and then kitchener stitch. I don't know how this video is gonna be. But we'll see. I'm just gonna keep on going. And recently I finished these socks a couple days ago for my son, for my 11-year-old son, but he wore them for 2 days, I think, and took them off. I think they might be too warm for his feet. It is kind of warm in the house today. So these were handmade, not on my knitting machine, but this is a short row heel that I decided to make, trying different heels. And I cast on 56 stitches for his sock. Made them on 2.25 millimeter needles. So this yarn I bought when I went out to a sort of local yarn shop that was like 30 minutes away from my house, which is in another state because I live in Delaware, and the Delaware yarn shop is about an hour away, and the Maryland yarn shop is about half an hour away. So I decided to go there, and I picked up some Katia sock yarn, and I'm like, okay, I want to make them, and I wanted to have like the same kind of pair of socks, the more matching ones, but they turned out totally different because I pulled yarn from inside of the ball and then from the outside of the ball, and I thought that I don't know, thought it would work and they would kind of be similar, but they turned out totally different. He wore them for 2 days. I don't know why he took them off. Maybe he was hot at night, but I'll just keep him here, and if he wants to put them back on, because he does like wearing socks around the house. You know, some people don't like wearing socks around the house and others do. So he's one of those kids who does like wearing socks around the house, but not him. These might be too hot for his feet though, because he's a kid. So maybe that's why he took them off, but I'll put them over there. I made another sweater for myself that I started in December, and I think, yeah, December. So this was supposed to be my birthday present for myself, which was, I finished it after my birthday. This is all alpaca and silk yarn I bought from Etsy, from a shop on Etsy. And this is just so what I did with this pattern, I used the pattern that I have bought for my ranunculus because I love the fit of it, but I took out the patterning, you know, the yoke that has the pattern on it, which is really beautiful, but I thought I wanted something simple in this yarn because this is a 1 strand of alpaca silk yarn. And then I did the I-cord bind off for the sleeves and also for the bottom, and just nothing like this is the top, and it fits really nice and it's so light. So I used up about 80 grams of yarn for this. I have a little bit left from my 4th ball of 25 grams because I bought 4. I have a little bit left. So this is so light, but I wore it on the coldest day that we had here with a jacket. Just this, I had an undershirt, I had my sweater, I had a jacket on, and this was really, really warm because this is, I think it's 75 alpaca and 25 silk maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it. And I knitted it on 3.75 millimeter needles. So it turned out a really good fit. And it's even like longer than most of my sweaters that I knitted. And it's gonna look really nice. It looks really nice. So what I'm gonna be doing when I make these videos, I'll put on one of my sweaters each time because I made a lot and I haven't shown them all on here, but I'll do different sweaters each time. And then on my actual birthday, I was sick. We all were sick with COVID, and I decided to. I was sick, but I had a little bit of energy and I took breaks, and I wanted to do this because I did that last year for my birthday. I made a sweater on my knitting machine for my birthday last year. And then I wanted to do the same thing. And I bought this pattern on Ravelry. So this is a paid for pattern. I just did a little bit of modifications, and I did a bigger size than I would usually do for my doing it by hand knit. So this pattern was from, let me find, I'm looking down at my iPad to get the pattern. So I put in the color work into my computer, and when I do that, I can knit, set it up. I mean, I don't want to explain it right now. If anybody's interested, I will do a video of my knitting machine. I just need to clean up my room. That way I can kind of show how that all works for those who are interested. So I use the pattern as written, but I made it bigger and it still didn't fit me very right. I should have made it even bigger. It's my fault. So this is Golden Fern button on one. So I thought this would be easy to do on my knitting machine because it has the color work on the bottom, and the pattern, you start from top, and it's not a raglan shape. It's dark, so it's not a raglan shape. It's a round yoke sweater, but I decided to do raglan because it was easier for me to do on my knitting machine and faster. I could have done it the other way, but I wanted to do it this way. And then on the bottom, I love doing hand knit sweaters from top to bottom, which I'm gonna knit this one by hand one day. But I started from, bottom to the top, decreased, same thing, and then and then you have a stitch it right there, so it's 4-piece, and then I seamed it and did the yoke, so it fits me. It's a little bit tighter, and I'll wear it one day. The yarn is super soft Holst. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't have a tag. And this is silk and merino, which is really, really beautiful and nice, and it's not itchy. I've been wearing it, it fits me okay. It's a bit tight, it's a bit short. I'm gonna knit a bigger size. Maybe I'll go 2 sizes up, and I already have yarn picked out for it, so watch out for that one. Definitely gonna make another one. I mean, look how beautiful the collar work is on this. She makes some beautiful color work sweater. So I have another one that I'm working on, so it's similar to this. Boy, this is going on long and I'm talking too much. And I made we went out to the park yesterday. I take my kids out to the park because I homeschool them, so we get together with other homeschool parents and go out to the park, and it was a little bit chilly, and I decided to make her this little headband yesterday real quick on my knitting machine because she likes to have a bun in her hair. She's 4 and she knows how she likes her hair done. She's so cute. So I made her a little headband on my knitting machine. It's a ribbed one, and then I put it together in here and it makes this cute headband. But it turned out a little too thin, and her ears were just covered up a little bit. So then I come home and I decided to make a leather one, a little, so this will be like a little scarf, not a scarf, but what do they call them, a cowl for her. She could wear it as a cowl, she could wear it as a, I put a little crochet edge on there. It looks really pretty, girly, pretty and cute. I like that. And then I could fold it for her, and if she, because that one she'll have to wear on warmer days if she wants to. I might take that one apart. So, and this one could also be worn as a headband with the little pretty shell edging. I really like how that looks. A little detail on there makes it look cute. So it could be a headband like that, or it could be a cowl like that. So this yarn is from Hobby Lobby that I picked up a while ago. Merino wool, super wash with nylon in it, and suck yarn. All right, so that's it for all my finished objects. And I have a couple projects to share with you. So I'm gonna put this over here. I talked about the, oh no, it's not all my finished. I have another one. 2 more. Well, this is a gift that I need to, I should have already sent it out to my brother-in-law. He's been waiting for this, and I need to mail it to him as soon as possible. I don't know what's taking me so long. So I made him, he likes green collar, so I made him a hat. It's just a regular beanie. It's a 2x2 ribbing, and then a regular decrease. I didn't follow a pattern because, you know, when you make hats, you already kind of know. And it fit my husband perfectly, so I know it's going to fit him really good too. So I cast on 84 stitches or 86 stitches, I believe. And I used 2.5 millimeter needles. And I just knit it and tried it on my husband while I was knitting it. That way it was it would fit him. So this is superwash wool yarn. I don't have a tag with me right now. I have to be more prepared next time. I tried to prepare myself, but it was kind of hard to get the kids out and do this. So it's cute. I might make one for myself, the same size, because I kind of like it, and then you kind of have it. I don't know. It's really nice. It's really cute. I like it. It's cool. And then I made him a expansion scarf, the same color scarf, but a kind of pattern stitch here. So this side has like a seed looking kind of side. There, you can see it. And then this one's more like a broken rib looking like. Yeah. So you knit on one side, and then on the other side you knit and purl and knit and purl, and do that over and over again. And I just made it long enough. I think how many stitches did I cast on? Maybe 30. I don't know. I just made it long enough for him to put around once, you know. That's it. I hope he likes it, which I know he probably will. He's a really easygoing, easy to please kind of guy. Need to send that to him. So those are all my finished objects that I'm going to share with you. It's a lot, so I didn't want to grab all my sweaters that I made within 3 months because there was a lot of them. So I'm going to start with the sweater, a colorwork sweater from Jennifer's. Why is this not? Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry. So I haven't done a lot of color work knitting, but I wanted to, and I still want to, and I have a lot saved that I want to do. And I've made some mittens before with color work. I've made a couple of hats with color work, and I loved it. I enjoyed knitting it. It's really nice, you know, to knit. So this one is called Anastasia. She makes some beautiful color work patterns. I am doing the smallest size. I'm using stash yarn, which I don't have because I used to just throw away the labels, but I know it's 100% wool. It's wool and it's not superwash, and it feels like wool. So, and it's really nice for a color work. And I'm using 3.5 millimeter needles, and I am more than halfway down through the yoke, and oh my goodness, I'm so enjoying this. So I'm taking my time because this has been really enjoyable to do. And look how pretty this pattern is. Can't wait to finish it and wear it. They're really nice. I can't show very good. You know what? Maybe I could. Professional about it, so I don't have to show you my behind when I reach to get things. But so I'll put those on and spread it out a little bit more so you can see it. So it's a really nice pattern. There's you gotta catch some floats. Oh, I guess it doesn't look too bad. There you go. So here's my one. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm enjoying this one a lot. Let's see what else I have here. Here's another one that's been a long kind of long going project that I started in the fall, maybe in October, no, November. I started in November. I forgot my yarn to show you for this. I'll have to go grab it. So this is a wrap that I'm working on. I went to a yarn shop in Lancaster, and they have a couple yarn shops there, and I went girls trip, and we stopped at 2 yarn shops, and I purchased this at one of the yarn shops. There was a kit for this wrap that was in there, and it was really pretty and simple, but had colors, different colors on it, and I'm like, this looks so pretty. This is work with 50 alpaca and 50 wool yarn. Oh, I have a tag here. Isagar, this yarn right here. Isagar, Alpaca 2, made in Peru. It's 50% alpaca and 50% wool. Actually, 250 meters for 50 grams. So, light fingering weight, which is perfect. I'm like, I want something light. There was a pattern in there, but you had to pay for the pattern. And I'm like, okay, so I bought the kit, but it's not included in the pattern. How come? So what I decided to do is make it up myself instead of buying a pattern for $8, I believe. But it was a kit with 9 different color yarns. So far, on my 5th color yarn, and it's looking really nice, and I can't wait to finish it and finally start using it, because I do use a lot of wraps around the house. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. I don't know why it keeps disconnecting something. Hopefully this works. I don't know. So this is it's a 8. So you knit 8 and you purl 8, so it's a 8x8 ribbing, I guess. It's really simple. It's really easy. I think I get done over 300 stitches, maybe. I'll have to count and do more details if anybody wants to try with their yarns that they got from their Headbands. So this uses less than I mean, you can use 20 grams of fingering weight yarn to make this, because I weighted, they were 50 yarn, 50 skein, 50 gram skeins, and I have 30 grams left, so I used 20 grams of this. But you can use 20 gram minis or 10 gram minis and just make it, you know, more colors, or do less, because I did 20 rows of each color, and it's turning out, it's really light. Look at that, it's so nice, it's beautiful. I can't wait to get it done and use it, to finish it and use it. I'm excited about this one. Let's see. Oh, here are my gloves. I have gloves that I am working on. I've finished one. So one is done. And the second one's almost done, but I don't know why I haven't gotten back to finishing it yet, because I usually do I love making gloves. And I don't have a problem of making the second one. I've made lots of gloves. And I'm not using any patterns, just my own, what I like, because these are going to be for myself. These are 100% wool, not superwash. And because I wanted to make some for myself, some wool gloves, non-superwash ones that are going to stretch, because I do have some alpaca wool gloves, and I think I have superwash merino wool gloves, but I wanted to. So I do my own pattern because my fingers are long, and I like to keep my nails long. And I try them on and see how much longer I need to make. So I make them a little tiny bit bigger, because I do like keeping my nails long. So this is the first pair. I think I did 30 rows of ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, and I think I guessed on 52 stitches. And I might have done 18 or 20 rows but gloves are really easy to make. I think I might enjoy making gloves more than socks. Maybe, I don't know. But here's my second one. I did here, let me put that over there so that I lose the stitches. So I did the thumb, and I just need to do the 4 fingers, and yeah, there you go. Just a gray wool yarn that I'm using for this. This is not much. I don't even know if it's worth showing, but this is a raglan cardigan that I'm making for my husband, who's extra large and extra tall. I made him a sweater last year and it ended up being too big, too wide. So instead of taking it apart, I gave it to my dad, and he's been asking for a sweater for a couple of years. This is 100% wool from Webb's shop. I ordered. It's worsted weight, I think. So raglan, no pattern. Making it up as I go myself. Just a regular. I'm not doing any pattern stitches or any cables or anything, because he didn't want anything fancy. He just wanted a regular cardigan that he could wear anywhere. Including when he goes camping, so you can have something warm to wear, because he likes going camping in the winter with the boys. I've stopped working on this. I need to pick up and work on it, so next time I can have a little bit more to show you, so you kind of get an idea, because there's not much. It's just a bundle of yarn that was knitted up there for you. And here's another one. Last time I did talk about my half and half wrap that I enjoyed knitting, and I use them both a lot. And the yarn that I used was a fingering weight superwash suck yarn that I dyed myself. And sometimes it gets, because I wear it a lot on chillier days, I'll wrap myself around in it, and some of, it would get caught on the things, and it would pull the yarn in some places. So some of the parts aren't looking very nice, because they'll put not a full yarn, but a couple of the strings from the yarn. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I decided to make another one, a lightweight one from, it's the same yarn that I used in the sweater, the color, this light color. and it's a silk wool, half silk, half wool, I believe, or maybe not even half silk. Holst, super soft. I bought on Etsy, and I started making another half and half triangle wrap, but I cast on 180 stitches because I kind of wanted to be a little bit smaller, and I'm using 2.25 millimeter needles, and I'm still not decided what other color I'm going to use for the other half, but I'll decide when I get there. I just start and then I make the decisions. I'll see which color I like, because I have other yarns in the same weight, same company. So I'll put that over here for now. And here's my last one. This is going to be a ongoing project. This is going to be a long-term project that I'll show sometimes, because I did make some progress on it. And it looks as long as a scarf. I'm trying to make this into a blanket, so I'm going to do a lot of long pieces like this, and then seam them together to make this into a blanket. It's going to be kind of looking like a colorful blanket. It's going to be pretty. This is all merino wool. Superwash. This I bought from Webb's yarn store online. It's 100% superwash merino, and it's DK weight. Yeah, DK weight. And then the color ones, I buy minis from every month I get a pack from a Etsy shop, her shop called Crystals Keys Hand Dyed, Etsy.com, and it's 100% superwash merino wool, worsted weight, and comes in this pack of minis, and I use them for this blanket that I'm gonna be turning it into a blanket. Sometimes then I think, oh, it would look nice as a scarf. Look how cool that looks. Look at that. It would look nice as a scarf, or maybe even a cardigan. Oh, that looks nice. So I just used the method that is used for the half and half triangle wrap, and just cast on less stitches and just using the same method and just keep on going. It's all one piece. It's not, I just join the yarn as I go, and it's all worked in one piece. And then I'll seam the sides maybe, or keep going and pick up the stitches. We'll see when I get there. Yep, that's my last one. This one's fun to do. And I talked to my husband about this. I said, how about we do this together, because I taught him how to knit. And he said, yeah, we'll do that together. And I've been on the knitting on it. He hasn't knit any of the triangles yet, but I'll have to show him how to do it, so he can help me with that. It'll be fun. It'll be our fun work together blanket that we can both use one day when it's done. And I think that's it. That's all the things that I wanted to share with you. Sorry, I'm not good at recording, but this was fun. Hopefully, you know, somebody will enjoy it, and hopefully it'll inspire somebody to knit. Oh yeah, so I'm really excited because one of my friends, which is learning to crochet, and yesterday she we got together, and I showed, you know, she had brought her crochet stuff, and she had made a chain, and I kind of showed her how to start the first row. So, and today she's telling me she already made 5 rows, and she's excited about it. I said, take it easy, don't hurt your fingers. That way, you know, you're not going to say, oh, this hurts too much, I don't want to do it again. So I'm excited for her to start crocheting. I want to talk more about, maybe next video I'll talk a little bit more how I learned knit and crochet because I thought myself, but I do know a lot of people that, couple people that knit, but they're not obsessed about knitting as much as I am. So thank you for joining me. I'm gonna not wait 3 months to do another video. Definitely don't want to. I'm gonna try to do this again. As you could probably hear the sounds in the background, my kids are playing, making some sounds, even though I asked them to be quiet, but that's okay because that's what happens when you have kids. I guess I should say goodbye. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, if you still here, no, that's okay. I'm talking to myself then. This has been fun. All right, bye. Wait.